Welcome to the New World Order Showcase Podcast. Your host, Jill Hart, the Coach's Alchemist. Couldn't be more excited to have you join us today. On this podcast, we celebrate the champions of change, the up-and-coming life, health and transformational coaches who are fearlessly stepping forward to make a difference in the world. Get ready for inspiring stories, practical tips, and powerful moments that will motivate you to make a positive change in your life and those around you. We're happy to have you join us on this incredible journey as we dive into the world of life, health, and transformational coaches who are lighting up the path towards a better tomorrow.
Hi, and welcome to the New World Order Showcase Podcast. Today, we have somebody really special with us. It's kind of a different podcast today because we have Kasey Lian joining us. And Kasey is going to be a new podcast host for her own show called Kasey's Corner of the New World Order. But that won't take place for probably another month or so. Until then, she's just going to fill in for a few of the podcast episodes that are going to be coming up that normally I would do, but we have just had so many people, coaches, life, health, and transformational coaches wanting to get on the show that we just decided to bring on another host. So twice the fun, guys, twice the fun. Welcome, Kasey. Just let us know a little bit about you, how you got started, how we met. Tell us your story.
Hi, Jill. Thank you so much. I am so unbelievably super excited. This is actually my first podcast. I'm always in the background of everything that I do. So it's the first time that, I'm a feature a little bit. So this is a little bit of a feature moment for me. So I'm super proud, and I'm super proud that it's with you. And I thank you very much. And I'm really excited to get started. But just a little bit about me. This is going to sound funny, but pun maybe intended. I'm a Jill of all trades. And just to kind of get started, which actually is kind of a round circle that I'm ended up, coming on with you. Because I've always called myself a Jill of all trades. I've done everything in anything that I possibly can along my career. But where I got to this point, one of my favorite jobs was working in a mental health agency quite a few years ago when my children were young. And I loved it. I had a passion for helping people. It's where I really felt comfortable and where my passions of just really helping people and making a difference really got started. And then I kind of moved on from there. I was a single mom, and I had to, you just have to do what you have to do and move on and bigger and better things. And I was working in the pharmaceutical industry, which was definitely very, very interesting. I have a very, very keen eye for detail. So I was doing like auditing and things like that, again, helping people. And what was funny about that was that I was suffering from anemia, and that particular pharmaceutical was the treatment for low iron and things like that, injectable. So that was really cool for me to connect. So I also felt like I was helping while I was doing that. So like I kept going on and on with different things, and wow, I really need to, I loved helping people. And then I started working for myself, whether it was in the insurance business or the sales business or anything like that, but always with a background of I want to help people, but I can't really find that niche in the world. Like I was still in my 30s and, I'm in my early 40s now, and still wanted to know, like, what do I want to be when I grow up? Like I'm still pushing along and, trying to make an income at the same time. And then health and wellness really became a passion of mine in fitness. And I was able to get some certifications, especially during the pandemic period. And that's what I chose to focus on. So after that, I decided to go into more of like sales and marketing and things like that. And that's kind of gracefully how I met you, is through that avenue, where you and my fiance were working together. And I was just, Jill this and Jill that, and Jill's doing this and Jill's doing that. And this Jill sounds like a, pretty cool lady. And I would always be, again, always helping him out with his business. And that's really how I got started. And then fast forward like a good year and a half, Jill and I were able to work on a project together, which was phenomenal. And we got to get very close together and working together, and noticed that we just have a lot more in common in life, in business, in family, and in pretty much everything, right, Jill? So
Yep.
it's just been a great pleasure to see you evolve and me kind of evolve with you. And now we're at the point like where we kind of are crossing, and I can't be more proud and happy to get started with that.
Yeah, we were just talking yesterday about, we have life and transformational coaches out there. They sometimes like to wander into the woo, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
And that just like is so exciting to me. I love it. And Kasey is really interested in it too, which just made it like a no-brainer to have her come on and talk with you guys. I think she's really excited to actually get the chance to talk with you all and explore what you're doing. And because every time I interview one of you, it's just like, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like in some ways it's private coaching sessions.
I was just going to say that, and I have, obviously had the privilege of listening to all of the episodes that you've done up until now. And I think I told you this yesterday or the day before, because we pretty much talk almost on a daily basis at this point in one form or another. But I think what it was I kept saying, like, I'm listening to these episodes and like, I am loving these people. I'm loving what their message is. I'm loving what their mission is. I'm loving that there's more people out there that are just wanting to help people with their little niche of expertise in the world, especially in such a chaotic and sometimes sad and trying time. It's so nice to know that there's still a majority, I'm going to say, if I dare say, of just trying to help people along. And I think it's just so phenomenal and so heartwarming. And it doesn't have to be all of this foo-foo, like you said, woo world and kind of crazy stuff, because I think it's all encompassing, right? It's just like we have to work on things as we evolve and we grow. So listening to all your episodes has been great. And then when you asked me to start to talk to these people, I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, yeah, I would actually love to talk to these people, because it's just so interesting and wonderful to see what they're doing. So that's, I think, what I'm most excited about. And I'm a talker, so what better way? Kenny always says, you talk to everybody. And I'm like, it's interesting. I love finding new things out and learning new things every day, things that I didn't know. We all think we know so much, and then you come in, and I've learned so much just listening to the folks that you've talked to so far on your podcast. So yeah, really excited.
Me too. They just like, they are so amazing. And they're just, the taglines being the change you want to see in the world, but they really are changing the world, the way the world interacts with each other. And just the mere idea that they're stepping out and they're trying to do something that's, being an entrepreneur is kind of a scary thing to do. And most of the coaches that I know, they don't start out thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur. They start out thinking, I just want to help that next person that's behind me coming up, solve the problem that I figured out the solution to.
Right.
And then they get blasted with the whole idea of, now we've got to be entrepreneurs and wear all these different hats. And it's it's exciting that they're just taking on that challenge, because, you know, most of them weren't even aware when they just decided, oh, I'm just going to help somebody. That they're starting their own business, and that there would be all of these other things that they didn't even expect to come along, but they're still standing, and they keep slugging it out. And I just like, kudos to them for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think in the last few years, really kind of coming into like that kind of sphere of entrepreneurship and being a business owner, and how to balance, I want to help people, but I also have to run a business, and I have to know the right way to do things, but I also really want to help people, and I want to make it worth it. I don't want to just do this. Like, it's just, you know, we don't want to just do it to do it, like the McDonald's guy, you know, like you want to truly help people. And I love how each and every person has their own spin of things and their own ideas. And I think what's really great is that nowadays, I believe that like people are requiring assistance with so much, and they don't know where to turn. So having coaches like this in such a positive way, and to tap into people and really trying to assist people with their needs is really, I mean, we're such a tech world now, right? People just get lost in it, and they think, okay, if I go to the doctor, they're just going to give me meds. Well, maybe you just need a jump start. Maybe you just need someone to kind of teach you a new pathway in your life, and a new way to look at things, and an alternative, you know, to make positive changes rather than just going in our medical world. And I'm not saying the medicine, you know, the medical world is bad, you know, but it's not the end all. It's not the end all. And I think what these people bring, such a healthy balance to everything, is just, I mean, I wish we had more of it. I mean, and there is so many, like, you've opened my eyes that there's so many. There's so many.
And everybody is so unique.
Yeah.
And, you know, you could have 5 different people that are financial coaches, and each one of them has a unique spin on what they're doing. And nobody is for everybody, but your people will recognize you, and they'll resonate with you, and they'll want to be part of what you're doing. There's 9 billion people in the world. You only need to help a few to make a huge difference. And and there's lots of opportunities still in this coaching paradigm. It's just like, the more coaches we have out there, and the more we can showcase what they're doing and help them get seen by the people that they're meant to help, gosh, it's just, it makes me feel good, like I'm fulfilling my purpose as a
100%.
connector.
Yeah, being the connector. That's so perfect, because I think it goes into that, right, where it branches out. So like, you are creating that opportunity for the coach, who's then possibly, you know, going to say something resonated, maybe on a podcast or a conversation, or, you know, and someone's going to say, wow, that sounds actually right up my alley. It seems like that's really aligned with what my needs are, or what I've been looking for, and I just haven't been able to find it. And then that person maybe tells their friend, and then their friend is like, oh, really? That's interesting. Let me look into that. And then that friend is like talking to her sister, or, you know, her brother, and they're like, wow, that sounds really interesting. And it becomes like this, you know, almost like a ripple effect. And that's when you truly are helping so many more people than you actually think you are. And I think that's why it's so important with these people and their unique way of wanting to help, because they're not just helping that one particular person who's maybe coming into their program. Once that door is open, you know, that ripple effect can go so far. And knowing that is just like, you know, mind blowing to me, right? Like, thinking about that impact, you know, that's such a strong word, right? The impact, and really knowing that what you could do. And that's what I've been truly trying to find, is something that I could do where I'm really truly making an impact.
And I believe this is it. Just helping other people who are making an impact, and empowering them to get their message out. It's like, it's so fulfilling to me. And I hope that you find it fulfilling when you're doing it too.
I know I'm going to. I know that sounds like very, well, you sound positive of yourself, but I know, I think what it is I know you personally enough that I know. Like I said, I've listened to all these podcasts, and what's really funny is that I'm no stranger to looking up coaches and trying to find balance for myself. Right. So, and these people coming on these podcasts are so, they're the real deal, and you listen to their stories, and you go to their web pages and see what they offer. And they're genuine and they're the real deal. So that it's not just this thing you're going to be thrown into to make them a buck. Like, these people have such a nice story to their coaching programs that it's genuine. That it's coming from a good place, that it's not just about just being an entrepreneur and having a business. It's not just that. And I think that's what resonates most on your podcast in particular, because you can really get to know these people and understand that, this is like a real person who has a background in this, and they've chosen to say, like, this is the best way that I can think of to help people, as many people as I possibly can. And I love that fact. So for sure, obviously I'm very, like, almost sound giddy because I'm super excited to jump on my first, podcast next week, I believe. And, nervous at the same time because I've never been like on the air before. I'm excited.
You're natural. It's
Me.
just a conversation, and we're sharing it with the world.
Yeah. And that we've figured out I can do. I can certainly do. So if there's something that you're good at, which is what we always say, it's something that you're good at, you should, use that. So I'm
absolutely.
I feel very positive about it, very excited. I hope they get great value out of it. I know I'm going to get great value out of it. And I'm super excited that it's with you. So that's even better. It's just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So thank you so much for coming on and letting the audience get to know who you are. And I'm looking forward to hearing your episodes.
Don't critique me too much, but no, I play. I'm kidding.
I know that'd be great.
Thank you, Jill, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the You World Order Showcase podcast. We hope you've enjoyed hearing from our incredible life, health, and transformational coaches who are making a profound impact on the world. Remember, change begins with you, and you have the power to transform your life and the lives of others. If you want to take that next step and unlock your true potential, visit thecoachesalchemist.com, where you can find the 3 ways we can help you for free to spin your talent into gold with clarity, a system, and a plan. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an inspiring episode. And if you enjoyed today's show, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us reach more people with our positive message. Stay connected with us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and upcoming guest announcements. You can find us on Facebook at the You World Order, or simply visit thecoachesalchemist.com.